Yo, what's up, Vagabomberlandians? Yeah, I got to get a shorter name for the fan base, right? Anyway, it's your boy Vagabomber, and I'm back. This is the week of Avengers Infinity War, which means now, all this time we've been waiting, because we've been wanting to see Thanos since the first time he was teased in the first Avengers, which was what, 7-something years ago, something like that? Well, now we get to see him. So, what do you think? Are you excited about this? Are you ready to get into it? Are you ready? Did you already see it already? Did you go to a private screening, or are you going to see it this Thursday? Are you day one on this one, or are you going to wait till the weekend to see it? Well, I'll just tell you, I'm going to see it twice this week. Probably once on Thursday, first night, so no one can spoil it for me, and then I'll see it again on Saturday with my friends. So probably by myself on Thursday, and then with friends on Saturday. All right, so before seeing the film, I guess I could make some predictions, but I'll at least just tell you this. There's at least 3 things that this movie should do in order to be just great. I mean, it's already going to be good, but I'm talking about great now. And by the way, good to great's not that far. It's only about, Jim Collins would say about this much, right? So, to me, here's the first thing that Marvel's Infinity War needs to get done right, which will just tell us that they actually really understand the fandom and the lore they've already set up. And the number one thing would be death. Somebody's going to have to die in this one. You just can't have every one of the Avengers always coming out of it by the skin of their chinny chin chin. They can't get by the skin of their teeth all the time. Somebody's going to have to pass out or die. Or not pass out. Somebody needs to just die. I know that sounds morbid, but it's the truth. And in fact, I would say to really get this right, I think you need more than one person to die. I think Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, they're all pretty expendable because we've already seen them go through their full arcs and their full movies already. They've all got 3 apiece. And you want to set up the new guys that are coming up, like Captain Marvel and Black Panther and Ant-Man and the Wasp and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and how many more of those you want to do. But you need to get that brought into play. Like, we need to see a Vision movie, more than likely. We need to see something, maybe it's Vision and Scarlet Witch. But at any rate, the older crew that started in 2008 with Tony Stark, I'm okay. And Marvel, come on now. You crippled War Machine, but you got to do better. Somebody's got to die besides Quicksilver. So to me, the number one thing that probably needs to happen is that somebody really needs to die, because what we need there to be a cost for everything that the Avengers has done. And plus, we don't want to make Thanos look weak. I mean, for him to be a titan and all-powerful like that, and he can just get by with not hurting one of the Avengers, no. If he's that powerful, if you don't want to undercut this villain, you got to make sure somebody gets taken out for good, right? Don't be bringing them back because, Doctor Strange does something with a time warp to bring people back. Nah, that'll just make the death cheap. Somebody's just got to go. Actually, I would like it if more than one person went, because really, I've already seen everything I need to see of Thor and Hulk and Iron Man and Captain America. At this point, I'm ready to see new characters. So that's the first thing. Number 2, I guess the number 2 thing here is that really the focus really needs to be on Thanos. So please show us, movie, and I'm pretty sure you will, why Thanos is who he is, and why did he decide he needed this Michael Jackson glove with some gemstones on it to do something? I mean, why does he care about ruling the whole universe? I mean, why? We got questions because we're smart moviegoers and we've read comic books, and now we get to see it on the big screen, and we're all curious about how you're going to translate that. Some of it will translate well, some of it won't. We get it. But you got to really focus on Thanos here and then bringing in the superhero. So I think there has to be some priority put on the villain here. And I'm not worried because I think the Russo brothers will do that. They've given us some good villains thus far. And so, yeah, I'm looking right at you, Zemo. That's a really good villain. If you guys don't know about that, I did a video on that. I talked about that. But Zemo's better than you think. And he wasn't just a plot convenience. And finally, I'd say the third thing that this movie really needs to have in it to make sure that it continues is we need to see some strong characterization from the superheroes that are going to survive. In other words, don't make Cap and Iron Man and Hulk get all the great lines, and you keep Black Panther, Captain Marvel and all them in the background. We need to see that a little bit of slide of those guys kind of moving to the front as Tony and Captain America and Hulk and Thor, just go in and bogart. They go in and bogart thinking that they're the mess because they've been around for all the movies. And I think here's a great chance that if you take them out, like point number 2 or number 1, if you take them out, then now we need to see the emergence of that next group of heroes who's going to take over the spots. So, review. Number 1, some people have got to die in this one, and it can't just be somebody of no note like Quicksilver was, right? And it can't just be a crippling of the legs like what you did to Iron Man, what you did to War Machine. It needs to be significant and someone a note, and let them go out like Leonidas. Let them go out like with a warrior's death. That's the way you do death. Warriors don't worry about giving their life. They know when they sign up what they're all about. When they say, hey, I'm going to carry around this M16 and a 50-pound pack and never leave a man behind, they know what are the possible outcomes of going into battle. So point number 1, for sure, some people got to die, at the minimum 1. Point 2 in the review is that we need to have Thanos be a really, really, really good villain because we've waited long enough for him. Please don't Snoke him. That'd be really horrible. And you know what I'm talking about, fandom. You know what I'm talking about with Snoke, right? And then the third thing, of course, make sure that the new characters that are going to take over this next phase show their prominence, show how they step in and take the baton from Tony and Cap and Hulk and Thor and Hawkeye and Black Widow. We just need to see a good transference of the baton since their first phase and phase 2 and phase 3, and this is the final couple of phases. We just need to see that. Anyway, if you do that movie, I think this will be a classic. I think it already is going to be anyways because I think everybody's hyped about it, but it'll be a really, really, really super dope classic if it can do these 3 things. Anyway, what do you think? Is it more than 3 things that they should do, or 3 things, is that too much? Well, why don't you tell me in the comment section, and I'll meet you in the comment section, and we'll talk about this movie, because next time I turn on this camera, more than likely, I'll have seen the movie, and I'll be talking about my first reaction, my review, and then spoiler review. All that is coming. Anyway, it's your boy Vega Bomber, and I'm out. You Wakanda forever.